Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone? How are we doing, guys? How are we feeling? Same spot? Yeah. Bitcoin is absolutely at the same level. So that's slightly painful to watch, isn't it? It's we back at it. Yeah, I only got 90 minutes, so plus because we're playing paddle with the office, and I can't miss out on a good paddle opportunity, can I? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let everyone come in a little bit. Let's see if Bitcoin can finally do the dirty and go underneath this level. Until now, my theory is right. As long as we have wicks to the downside, Bitcoin is gonna go higher. And as you can see, they've been wicking into the 71K and moving up. They've been wicking into the 70.8 and been going up. They've been wicking at the bottom here of the trajectory at the 70.4 and they have been moving up. So now it actually is the first time that we're dumping underneath again to the 800 levels. So are they gonna do at the 1 hour prior to New York pivot point, are they gonna do the dirty? Is it finally happening? Would be sweet to see them finally dump. Would be absolutely sweet. Ooh, look, that's a good candle. Might bounce off the accelerated VWAP, to be honest. So 70.7 might be where they start bouncing already. Why? Because they're slightly bitchy to us, you know. Small liquidations happening already in this region. DXY is making good candles. Liquidations are slowly piling in, which means that we are already eating liquidity. So what am I looking at and what am I looking for currently? I don't believe that we're gonna stay at this level. So for the people that have been following me in the Discord, the 71.5 short is still running. With stop loss at break even, but that's anything. I removed all my limit orders. Why? Because I don't like the fact that they're pushing again into the highs. I was on the 4 hour time frame, but it is the first 4 hour that looks to be closing red, and normally we need to have a 4 hour candle with a red wick at the high to actually signal a reversal, and we haven't seen it yet. So this one might be the same as we've seen yesterday, where New York will look to the upside. Pre-New York dump can signal two things, and the problem is with a pre-New York dump, yeah. Work hard, Chento again live, always. Dr. Prophet is saying, I don't give a flying F what Dr. Prophet is saying, to be honest. Bro, it's lagging. It shouldn't be lagging. Actually can't really be lagging. I think you're lagging, buddy. Maybe you're a bit slow today, who knows. "30 seconds time frame, immediately climbing. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Already 2.5 minutes going up again. See, it's such an easy tell sign of what's currently happening, because the market is needs another refresh, I guess. Judah, I think we still have some minor issues with the platform, my friend. This cannot be the 5-second candle. Oh, now I'm gonna mess this up. What's happening here? This is the view we're needing. Look at how much liquidity stacked to the downside already until that 70.3 area. I think that can be one of the juiciest areas for now. These candles are off. That's looking better. That's finally what we wanted to see. There we go. Come on, Bitcoin conviction to the downside. That's what we're looking for. Conviction to the downside. 𝗕𝗟𝗢 is going up. Liquidations are not really happening that much on the longs yet. The news is not coming out. Not yet. We got the 345 flash manufacturing PMI. Oh, another bounce again already with liquidations at the bottom. So this will probably be updated. So what I'm looking for currently is any tau signs in their behavior that would make sense for us to do something. And as of now, there's none. As long as we're not taking the 72K with conviction, and as long we're below the 71.5, that is the only position I'm taking and nothing else. Right? Love you and Dr. Profit. They make me buy silver and I buy a house with a profit. Now you make me buy car, boss. You're more than welcome, my friend. I hope it's a nice car. All I can say about that. All I can say is that Bitcoin with a dropping CVD, and that means that there's a divergence happening. Spot is selling, futures keeping the price high, and shorts are actively... The price should go down because shorts are closing, and this price is artificially kept here only by the longs, and that can never be a good thing. That perps is trying to drive the price towards where it currently is, instead of spot. Spot is always the real move, guys. Perps can only keep price for X amount of time, so that means that the chart is like lying, if that makes sense. How do I get this chart? Not yet. First of all, you have to sign up with the Blowfin link. The platform on the left, FlowX, is not ready yet. We're working on the final touches, and we're looking at a way of doing a controlled release before the whole world apes in. And as soon as we found that way, we're gonna release it to you, but it might be ref linked as well. So that means that in order to get access to the tools, again, we do everything for free, but we pay the team from the ref link. So yeah, you gotta sign up with my link. And the links to the free Discord, to where I'm trading, and to trade with me are in the description below. Look at this volume. Look at the pressure down. Look at all this. All that come in. Alright, and it's not doing anything. It's just being absorbed. Look at the pressure on that little candle without having any influence. Look at this order flow. That's crazy. It's millions piling in, and the market is like, we thought about it. It's not happening. Thank you. It's artificial. It can be irrational longer than we can stay liquid, but it's insanely artificial pressure. Crazy echo. Do other people have an echo as well? Is it consolidating above the dwell block? That's what making it so hard. I don't know. Like now again, look how easy it goes back to 71K, and it didn't do anything below. There's no liquidity taken. Yeah, 2 million. And now it's like, you know what? I feel more comfortable at 71. And it just bluntly pumps back up. After seeing one good candle down, immediately eaten with volume. And all of these pumps have not ended well for us. And until proven otherwise, the pattern is still intact, and the pattern is telling me it's going down. Today's gonna be a boring day? I don't know. We have PMI manufacturing, flash manufacturing, and flash services. So it's both PMI data, which normally is it's decent data. So the market will not price news doesn't move the market, but something will happen. The echo's in his head. Yeah, I figured. I just want to see them take out the 70.3 minimum to go back to the dwell block underneath. That would make so much more sense for how to retrace up or down. Doesn't even matter that much, to be honest. But just taking that level, you know. Today data will be bad. It would make a lot of sense. It would make a lot of sense for the data to be bad. Not gonna lie. Look at how much liquidity piled in underneath of it. Look at how much more there is sitting until 65k than there is to the upside. People just aping in and loving it. Everyone becomes so violently bullish immediately that it's, yeah. It's probably gonna go above 71k again. Why? Because, you know, it can. First Monday high, then Monday low. They already went to the Monday high. Look. So the Monday high has already been tested once, twice, even today. Because this is also Tuesday. This is 10 in the morning. Look, this is the attempts at the high. And they don't necessarily need to fill this complete high. But they've had 1, 2, 3 attempts just today at attacking the previous high point, and they failed all 3 of them, which isn't a good indication as well. And now it's one of the first candles I see underneath the dwell block with a wick to the upside, but don't cheer yet because we still have 45 seconds and the market can be absolutely ludicrous in 45 seconds. But I don't know, it looks like it's losing its strength without losing really its strength. It's just, I'm only in a short from 71.5 with stop loss at break even. In lots of sweep to 72 and then a dump. It would be way too easy to just go 72 and dump. If they're gonna dump it, it would make so much more sense to just do it from here and leave the liquidity for a rainy day, you know. Dixie's breaking up again. It looks that it's finally slightly struggling with the resistance, but yeah, it's so artificial that the way they're keeping it here, it's complete contraption. It's nothing more, nothing less than just contraption. By the way, you can disable the high-low markers that could be feature added because my love for XC, don't judge me. What do you mean? I haven't even seen it, my friend. I don't know what you're talking about. Good morning, motivation, Sigma growth. S&P in an M pattern. How's it going, South Africa? Maybe it's better for now. It absolutely is. And if you look at geographically all the nuke missile ranges, it's perfect here. No, the price markers are fine. I like them. But yeah, it's just stagnating here again under 71. Listen, if you guys can learn anything from this, it's not to trade this bullshit. Don't get baited into trading bullshit and try to stay sidelined until who's part of your paddle game? I think half of the office is coming. MMS 4 hour on BDCC. I don't know what MMS means. Or MSS. Think a pump before the news and then a huge dump. I have no clue. Listen guys, we stop. If we can't make sense of it, we have to stop trying to trade it and trying to make sense out of it. Because it's in the nature of human psychology that we try to project things. But look at this candle. Who says like this is making sense, you know? Look at what they're doing. All they're trying to do is bait us into positions, bait us into overexposure, because everyone thinks in this range that they know. But look, realistically, between the dwell blocks, we have two areas that make sense, right? It's a 72 region that's up 2.2%, and it's the 69k region, and that is down 1.7%. So the risk reward to trading anything within this region, as long as we don't have a clear signal, except remaining in the 71.5 short, is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. It's not worth it. Why? Because there's no reasonable RR to be made as long as it's doing this. Look at the candles on the 5-second chart on the left, right? Exchange deviation is influx and outflux. So who is dropping and who is buying. And as you can see, it's almost constant selling pressure instead of buying pressure. For what AI model? It depends if you're running it locally or if you're buying the GPU or processing power. To run locally, you can't run the big strong models yet at local devices. At least I'm running 2 or 3 Mac Studios simultaneously, and I still can't get like the 𝗕𝗟𝗡 or the actual larger ones. If you're buying it, just get like the 32 billion point. ICBM. No, South Africa has no nukes, and it wouldn't make sense to strike South Africa. Only what we need to pay attention that 4-hour MS change. What is MS? Guys, by the way, like the stream. We're doing everything for free. It's the only thing that you guys can do to contribute to keeping everything free. So joining the Discord and using our link on 𝗨𝗏𝗡. Everything is in the description, and again, it's absolutely free, and it will give you benefits, help, etc, etc. In the meantime, I'm drinking Red Bull to trying to make sense out of this market. As of now, we're consolidating at the low of the range underneath the dwell block. 𝗕𝗟𝗢 is also moving in a weird method. 40 minutes till New York open, and we're in absolute dead zone. All London did was pump. Same yesterday, London pumping. Oh, the 4-hour change in market structure. Well, this could very well be a lower high, but the fact that it might very well be a lower high. But I don't like that they're not releasing any liquidity. You know, they're artificially contrapping the liquidity exactly where they want it, and they're gathering everything here. Look at the retracement of this whole pump that is not even tapped into. Then I mean, this region holds so many shorts right now, or so many longs. That would be ludicrous. This whole region. Look at how, with what violence, the longs are still piling in. People are long, insanely long. More long than they are short. And CVD is dropping. So with a dropping CVD, we're still artificially inflating the price up. I don't know if that FXG, I can't answer that from here because I have no clue what your Discord name is, and we have 20,000 other people, so if you don't mind, it's too late to hub on your short trade. Trade is gone. Don't hub in anything. Listen guys, for today my advice would be not to trade. So we're just gonna analyze the market for another good hour, like an hour and 10 minutes. And then we'll see what the day brings. I'd no cap stream for you. Yeah, I don't like the bullshit. Like, I can bait every single one of you into a stupid trade, but these markets, and as long as you have no clue where the market is going, like, preserving capital is the best lesson you can learn. Because you have more to trade with when you actually understand what's happening and see what's happening. What is that region filled with those longs? It's a bit small on the screen. Bro, look at the colors anyways. Look at the downwards liquidity and look at the upwards liquidity. Oh, Bitcoin's bluntly pumping back to the line. Jesus, what a surprise, isn't it? No one saw that one coming. At this point, it's just getting annoying, to be honest. Because there it goes again, 71k. Watch back 10 minutes ago on the stream and I already said like, oh, we're going back to 71 again. Why? Because they fucking can. It's just using it like a yo-yo. Every time it goes underneath, it's printing wicks to the downside. Everything it's just doing is a wick to the downside, wick to the downside, wick to the downside. Sorry, someone just brought me food, which is super nice. Oh, wick to the downside, wick to the downside, straight pump out, wick to the downside, straight pump out, wick to the downside, straight pump out. Look at how every move below this has immediately been retraced with pressure. And they're just doing the exact same playbook yet again. It's becoming obnoxious because they're not shifting out to the upside, but they're also not shifting down to the out to the downside. So all they're doing is range contraption and liquidity before they release the pressure cooker to any direction. And that's why I'm not going in this. There's no glory to be made from this. It's pressure down, pressure up, pressure down, pressure up in a very, very confined space. You know, it's like 0.82%. So it's like fighting a gorilla in a cage match, you know you're gonna lose, but you just don't know when. And I prefer not to go into cage matches with a gorilla. But that's just me, you know. Some people have other opinions about that. Minotaur short, that's very nice. That's good. Because Tao is getting its ass whooped. Who told you about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is like, I don't even know who told me about Bitcoin in the beginning. I think I found it out myself. But Blocks was the one that got me trading only Bitcoin. It took me two and a half years of trading to figure out that the guy was actually right and I should stop touching fucking shitcoins. Is it gonna be a short day or a buy day? Bro, it's gonna be a sit back, relax and not touch it day. That's what kind of day it is. It's a day to observe, a day to watch, a day to learn, and not a day to trade. Not all days are trading days, guys. And that's something you guys have to start understanding. Not every day is tradable. That's what makes trading so hard, being sidelined. Sit on your hands, watch, and observe. They're making entries tough to the side, they're making them impossible. Listen, everyone who says that at the current level, they can understand what the market is doing is absolutely lying to you. If you look at this range contraption, while shifting to the downside, not releasing liquidity, shifting back up with strength, which they did here in this micro accumulation, is absolutely lying to you. No one can make sense of this. No one can actively trade this. There's no indicator for it, there's no system for it. There's no systematics to decide what DXY is going to do, what New York opening is going to do from this point, and there's no direction to be derived from it. So let me guys tell you, and let me guys promise you that everyone who is saying that they saw the pump coming yesterday, and everything that is going on based on the fake news pump and everything is absolutely lying to his teeth. Listen, real traders know when to trade and when not to trade. Otherwise, it's just mere gambling. And right now, for me, going into any trade feels like gambling. Look at this. Look at this complete range compression. The maximum you could have gotten if you scalped everything was a 2% range. Don't touch it. Stay the hell out of there. Even out the EMAs and everything and the accelerated EMAs that we're using in the indicator is, look, the 1 minute is bearish, the 5 minutes and the 15 minutes are on the fence, the 30 minutes, the 1 hour, the 2 and the 4 hour are bullish, and the daily is on the fence. So you have higher time frames with conviction, and the highest time frame has no conviction and is neutral. So again, guys, the best trade and the best choice to make in this current range compression is to not bloody touch it. So I will try to talk through as much as I see and reasoning behind it, but preserve capital, preserve capital, preserve capital. Because if you lose money, you need to exponentially make money in order to get back at the same point where you were. If you lose 20%, you need to make 25%. And that's what people keep on forgetting. If you lose 50%, you need to make 100. You guys getting that? You know, so losses are always exponentially bigger than winnings. You can make 100% and then lose 60 and you're still down. They're not releasing any pressure right now. There's an insane pressure cooker. That's why we follow you. Yeah, just stay safe, guys. Listen, we need our money longer. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm very attached to my money. I refuse to give it away for free. You know? It's not a freaking handout. Fuck that shit. Why do I have a... I learned the hard way not to overtrade. Yeah. That's what most people do. How's the current challenge going? The 500k to 5 million is at 1.32 million. The rags to riches 5k to 50k is at 9.2k. And that's 80% weak. And honestly, I gave it my all. I could not get more. Remember, guys, you only need one right trade. No, you need a good entry. It's not just about the trade, it's about the entry. And entries are becoming more and more sacred because the market keeps on retesting certain levels and everything. The market is doing a way better job of shaking our beliefs and absolutely scamming people out of their positions. Look at this candle just right now in the 5 seconds, all right? Look at what they're doing. Look at this compression, and it's not even a big move, you know, it's like $10, but the behavior itself within these candles and the... I've never seen 5-second candles have so many wicks and have so much fuckery on every time frame. Look at CVD is constantly rising in this whole region. If you mind me asking, taking a look at an altcoin, depends on what altcoin it is, my friend. Yo, Chento, yo, 𝗙𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗙𝗪𝗓. Copying you only, can I turn 1k into 100k, how long? Well, let me check my glass dome and let me turn in my printer for you. Bro, I don't know. You know, I'm not running a 1k to 100k challenge. If you take all my trades, you will be profitable. Will you ever make it to 100k? I don't know you. I don't know how psychologically strong you are. I don't know how much you've traded, but the answer is probably not. Because most people are not used to... Listen, people that starting with 1k and hope to make 100k probably have never traded with 100k. So you're going to fumble entries, you're going to fumble exits, you're going to do things completely different than how I would have done them. So the answer is probably no, to be honest. You can call me 𝗙𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗡. Hi, 𝗙𝗟𝗢𝗙𝗙. Look, now we're shifting out again back to the 71k, like the absolute joke of a market it is. Again, guys, the best advice and the best tips I can give you right here is just sit back, relax, chill with me at the charts for look at the 5 seconds. Yo champ, how are we today? Annoyed, man. It's the market keeps on lying to us. We're getting absolutely scammed by the market. And it's not because I'm in a position with a drawdown. I'm actually stop loss at break even short 71.5, but it's just in denial again, as it has been for the last week. Dow, more specifically, shorting it is a good short. Just keep on shorting that thing to absolute hell. It will go up eventually, like seriously up, but right now it has so much liquidity accumulated on the downside. So who is lying more, the market or my cheating ex-wife? The market. Look, we went... Oh man, you can't even make this up, can you? Look, it's another face ripper up. It's all they do. It's so much pressure from below. Another wick. Look at the attempts. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 wicks to the downside. And it just keeps on effing off. Absolutely uncalled for, absolutely unreasonable, and absolutely lying. If this market doesn't go to 72.5, I can promise you one thing, it's absolutely lying. So you need to go back to my ex-wife. I'm not saying you need to go back to the ex-wife. I'm just saying that Bitcoin is very, very, very much lying right now. With PA, it's contraption, man. It's absolute contraption within the range, waiting for numbers and trying to absolutely scam us while doing it. Even the dollar is scamming us. I've been trading for 8 years. I would love to ask you, what's the biggest mistake you made and what's the biggest thing you learned to make real money and stop giving back to the market? Bro, never trade without a stop. Or at least never... You know, I don't use stop losses. Why? Because I know my capital exposure. My best advice is that people eat like a bird and shit like an elephant. And I say this almost every live stream. So my best advice is, especially if you, listen, people are willing to accept drawdown so easily and so much more than they're willing to accept profit. Everyone who just has a whiff of green will immediately close the trade after sitting in a drawdown for 6 days. So it's just a psychological involvement and psychological pressure they put on themselves. And then they're just not even rewarding themselves for sitting through it. And was my biggest lesson. Like, listen, if I had to endure the pain of a long drawdown and being there for days or hours or whatever, and even if I made a mistake, get your emotion out of the game at that point and make sure that you're still looking at it with a clear vision, because you might still be right, just had a shitty entry. And that people are just willing to let go of it so easily then they're just like, oh my god, thank you, I'm out, you know, and then it goes into oblivion, into their direction. So stop eating like a bird and shitting like an elephant. Keep your winners running and cut your losses short. And I know that's very easily said, but just, bro, it's better to have one home run that runs to oblivion than 10 little trades that... You know, if you want to lose in the market, do it by dead by 1,000 cuts. But most people just have 3 months of absolutely glorific trading with an insane win rate, which is off the charts, trade after trade after trade, completely locked in, and then a pump like yesterday comes and they get wiped out. And that for me it's unheard of, you know. The fact that you're willing to bring back or give back so much of your hard work and everything you did. Yeah, that's something that I learned that has to be different. Like, if you guys see me sitting through a drawdown, either it needs to heavily invalidate my objective, and I can explain why it invalidated my objective, or I'm not giving that shit back to the market. No way. I'm gonna hold it into oblivion if needed. That's a pretty nice 5-second candle. Can we see a follow-up now, please, as well? Like that you dump to the abbeys? That's good pressure. Like only 1k more needed. Oh, equal bottom. Are we gonna stand at this equal bottom yet again? Yeah, you're gonna reverse here? Probably you are, huh? Yeah, we're gonna make another wig at the bottom, don't we? With the fact that it bounces off the exact same point yet again, you know what's the issue with it? There's no liquidity. There is absolutely no way that there has been enough liquidity at that point for an algorithm to reverse off. So the only thing they're doing is they're pressing the sell side or the sell button at the market maker. And then as soon as it reaches the point, the algorithm is like, nope, had enough, not doing it anymore, not going further. And that's so obnoxiously annoying. Normally you can see V-shaped recoveries off of certain levels. The only thing you're seeing here is the algorithm absolutely tearing you a new one. Look, there is absolutely no way that it would bounce here organically. Absolutely none. Not with this volume, not with this dropping CVD. Look at the influx of volume. 1, 2, 3 volume pressuring candles. And then it's like, bleh, died. Died. Completely died. Chento, do you recommend any spot versus derivatives indicator? What do you mean by it? Look for divergences. I would always have influx and outflux. Like spot is the real move, but futures can make sure that it stays irrational. And that's something I really like to trade off of. You know, the fact that they're holding it here without even the ability to pile up liquidity there is monstrous. It's absolutely monstrous to me. It's so filthy. Like if it doesn't just completely dies off now, I'm telling you, it's a scam, man. It's an absolute scam. The market is a scam. Can the market maker get margin call? Yeah. At an exchange that is B-booking, the market maker could theoretically get margin code. Should your platform crashed? This is why we haven't released yet, guys. Oh, there we go. That's better. Look at this instant influx again. There isn't even much wreck, to be honest. Bro, I don't know where my latency is. If it's in the exchange, if it's in the indicator, or if it's in TradingView. But there's a latency somewhere and it's driving me crazy. I have such a hard time dealing with that. Finally they broke through. If they're holding this line, we're still gonna be in for a treat. I want them to press lower. They really need to press lower towards the 70k. Otherwise this whole dump makes no sense and it's just feeding for retracing. Just food for retracing. It's already retracing, isn't it? It's gonna move up without volume. Come on, you absolute shit. It's so obvious what they want. It's just, oh, little wick to the downside. And then they're like, okay, no, we're just going to eat it up again. But yeah, theoretically with B-booking, if you over leverage or put more money in the chart than that the market maker has, you can over leverage him. And then theoretically you could drain him. Because he will get margin call then. If you just take enough little profits without them making money on liquidations, you could margin call a market maker. Yeah. I'm not saying I've tried it before, but you can. Oh, by the way, everyone press the like button, please. Thank you very much. It's just such a scam that immediately it bounces off the line so perfectly. Like that wick is, even on the 30 seconds, there's a wick. Like, come on. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2.5 minutes of steady upwards movement again after a 2 million liquidation. Like it's pathetic. 3 million liquidation. So 3 million for them is enough to actively pump back. Ugh. 𝗕𝗟 announces new 42 billion plan. Bro, 𝗕𝗟 is the most dangerous human being to crypto as of today. And a wick to the downside that gets completely eaten up back into the range. GG's Bitcoin. Another one bites the dust. Well done. And are you on Wi-Fi? No. My laptop is plugged in. It's an Ethernet. Oh, 70.8k range again. Nah, no one saw that coming. Really, we're just pumping back up after one candle down. That's not a joke at all, right? Very surprising. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So straight 4 minutes of pump. Straight. Not a single red second in sight. And we're going back to 71k, guys. Why? Because they want you to call the assisted suicide hotline. I think that's the goal for now. And they just want to have everyone out of the market. And it's not even about them liquidating people. It's just about the obnoxiousness in behavior that is really getting me. You know, spotters selling. We know what's happening in the market. We know what the real move is. We all seen the global economy, and it's just they're giving it their absolute all to deny it. Like, we can't deny on a greater scale what's happening. There's still a war in Iran, guys. There's still an oil shortage. There's still so many. There's too much debt. The economy is going to shit. Inflation is through the roof. And yet again, everything, including the traditional assets, don't get me wrong, it's not just Bitcoin, but everything is, it feels like I'm trapped in a bad version of The Big Short, the movie. But then with the big orange man doing the lead part, you know, that says everything is fine, I caught with Iran. That just to me is ludicrous. Yeah, they're gonna go back up. The ease at which they just casually ramp it back up with a dropping CVD and still pressurizing down is uncanny to me. Look at how many, like they struggle to do 1, 2, 3 red candles in a, or green red candles in a row, 1, 2, 3 red candles in a row, and look at how easy it's just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 greens. Like, yeah, no issue. What's your normal tunes? Not this. My opinion about the higher time frame, it's pretty much the same. As long as we're above the not above the 72.5. I'm in my 71.5k short. I want to see a retest at least of the 70.270 and ideally even lower of the 70,058. But as long as we're above 69.7, it could turn bullish. And as long as we're below 72.5, it's theoretically still bearish. So right now we're in the Wild West no man's land. That's where we basically are right now. We're in no man's land. Until then, no real further update. So as said, the best move for today is not to trade it and stay safe and protect your capital, because we're gonna need our capital way later. Like, the thing is, everyone that gets liquidated right before the bottom, and the bottom is coming because the bear market is evolving. An average bear market lasts between 160 and 190 days, and we're not even 120 days in. So yeah. What would be the invalidation? No, 71.5 is stops at break even. I'm not risking it. Again, and a lot of people don't get it, but I'm one of the few traders that says in this range there's no glory to be made. So In Dutch there's a saying, mij niet bellen. It means don't call me. Like, leave me the F alone. I'm just sitting here for you guys. Just to... You guys don't even like my stream. Well, I'm just sitting here for you guys. Such an ugly pattern. Insanely ugly pattern. Oh, now more time frames are doubting. So the 50 minutes, 30 minutes is on the fence. The 5 minutes is on the fence. The 1 minute is bearish. The 1 and the 2 hour are bullish, but the 4 hour and the daily are on the fence as well. That's interesting. That's very interesting. No, I don't like your stream. I love it. Thank you very much. So, sir, what's your target for Bitcoin and ETH for spot buyers? Is it the right time to buy spot? Listen, depends on what your goal is. I would, if I was only a spot buyer, I would do a periodic buys. I would just buy every month instead of trying to wait for the absolute bottom or absolute top, because then it gets out. It's less in your head, you know. Just buy a portion every month and you will dollar cost average. As long as we're in a downtrend and it's not proven to be an uptrend, periodic buys is the way to go. So I had to sip some of my Red Bull. Yeah, the bear market might indeed be shorter, but it's not going to be significantly shorter. And we haven't seen a capitulation event or anything, or even like real liquidation cascades. Like the thing we've seen to 60K was peanuts. That's still startup procedures. We haven't seen real sell pressure as of yet. We haven't seen a real liquidation cascade. We haven't, oh man. We haven't seen utter sheer violence yet. Wait until the market makers turn on the real goodies. So if you have to describe the market in one word, would it be bullerish? It would be scandalous. Scandalous. I want them to go for everything until 70.3 and then we can reassess. 70.6 is such a num range. They're gonna push. They have to push. CVD is dropping insanely rapidly. Probably just gonna jump to 70.3. They're not gonna tell me they're gonna reverse from the exact same spot again, right? That would be hilarious. Ten minutes prior to New York Open, London is dumping midday. What can go wrong? Such a scam. So again, guys, how does CVD week? CVD shows the divergence between what price is actually doing and what the order flow of price is doing. I'm gonna make a video about it. Oh, we're bouncing off of it. Aww. So this is what I wanted to see. Some smack volume immediately down after it tries to retrace. That's good. That's healthy. Now the pressure needs to step in downwards. No, not immediately pump upwards. Where does it come from? Well, this market has US air support apparently. Degens assemble and then it will be violent. Bro, it's already violent. Look at this. The Degens are here, man. It's a beautiful day to cause chaos. Yeah, they're just gonna bring it back. No liquidations needed, guys. Why would you take money that's just sitting there? The fact that they're just reversing it for the next dwell block 70.3 is absolutely ludicrous in my agenda. New York might be insanely hectic today, especially because we have news coming out a quarter into New York. It's always one of those events that you're like, well, yeah, not even at the direct start, but oh, such a lethal point right now. 7 more minutes to New York. It's moving up and down, side to side, like a roller coaster. Yeah, it is. Moving up and down, side to side. I'm short from 71.5 with stop loss at break even. And with break even, I mean it's like 71.350 to cover my fees. But you see here immediately they're just saying fuck you and they're just pumping back. I don't know why, but the absorption level of the pressure is so much higher all of a sudden. That makes way too much noise to eat now. I'll eat later. You can't even reach the EMA lines on the 5 minutes. Bruh. Like, is that actually the strength we're displaying? They were shifting away from that even. Pretty immaculate. Immaculate. 5 minutes to New York, or 5 minutes 30 seconds. 5 minutes 23 seconds. 5 minutes turning bearish based on the volume, and Bitcoin is just pumping up again. Eat, bro, don't mind the market makers. Nah, I'm not gonna eat. I'm not gonna give him the satisfaction of me not looking at it and calling them out for crap. Look at how nicely, you know, it's astonishing. It's rejection of the high, pressure down, retrace 50% of the move, pressure down, and then the secondary pressure is even slightly below the first pressure. That's astonishing. You know how much liquidity it takes to make that kind of a scam move? Especially because almost nothing got liquidated. So it's just like, turn on the algorithm, pressure, turn it off. You know, it's like flooring a V8 engine and then just slamming the brakes. Ridiculed to me. Absolutely ridiculed. The easiness with which they do it is immaculate. Why? Because it's a mid-range. Like, there's nothing here to hold it up. Except like this little thing, but then at least go into it. Because going into it would lead us to the 7.3, and that's a level that I can make sense of. But holding it at that high, like, bruh, what's happening here, you know? Like I said, it's coding USR support. What's your TP levels? I want to see us retest below 70 and then start probably scaling out. My final TP would be 64k, but it's looking unlikely, but that's what's making it more likely, if you get what I mean. I know that makes no sense what I just said. Entry point 71.5. Can you change the music? No. What car you drive? I'm driving a BMW M5, the new one. I can't change the music because this is non-copyrighted, and otherwise you can't play music on YouTube because your stream gets deleted for copyright infringement. So my apologies, this is what you have to deal with. Guys, I can only stream 33 more minutes because we have to go and play paddle with the company. That's why I started earlier today. So do make sure to hit that like button because I had to change up my whole agenda even to be here today for this. Oh, finally, something that makes sense, like pressure down. Can't wait for New York, man. Honestly, it's gonna be so much fun. 2 minutes 20. Let's see if New York brings the fire. I want New York, ideally New York pressures to 70k. Just to retest and get that liquidity. That's what I want to see from New York. And then in 15 minutes in, we're going to get the news, and the news is going to bring the firework. If a music channel non-copyright, would you use it? Depends. If it doesn't get me hacked, then absolutely my wallet drains and everything around it, I might consider it. I'm short from 71.5. I keep repeating that for... I feel like I'm on repeat more than my music. From where can we get some profit? From your own trades, my friend. Only the 2 hour is still bullish. Okay, pressure through the bottom, please. Pressure through this bottom and dump into New York opening. That would be such a game. Then Biddy really has, oh no, they're just bouncing off the equal low. Because why wouldn't you? $50 seconds still. Fireworks! So you were short during the morning stream. Yeah, bro, I've called that out like 912 times by now. Can I get some profit at 69.4? You could. But 69.4 is a bit of a stretch, to be honest. I would go for 69.8, just above the dwell block. Because 70k is probably gonna be a big hold level for them now. Ooh, they're trapping it at the range low at 70.5 just for the fun of it. Like 30 seconds prior to opening. 20 seconds pressure down. What is New York gonna bring us? Are they? It would be so fun if they just directly dump it. Just dump it. Oh wait, they just directly pump it. That's also an option. Look at these candles, holy smokes. Who says New York is boring, huh? They might just pump directly back into the range. You gotta hate New York. Especially the first 30 minutes of New York, guys, just better not to touch it. Look at this. Whee! It works so hard to finally get down slightly. Even only managed to liquidate like 3 million, and New York's like, yeah, you know what, that's enough for me to absolutely rip faces off. Indecision candle for the first minute. No pressure to the downside yet because the wick hasn't been taken. Only pressure upwards. Yep, that's what we were saying and seeing. No retracement yet. They're not filling wicks, are they? First minute is wicks to the downside, pressure upwards. It doesn't say anything about the session yet or what the actual move is going to be. So we have to wait 14 more minutes for the news to come out to see really something happening. Are you in any position? Stop typing in goddamn caps. And I'm not gonna repeat for the 914th time. They're in a 71.5 short. Jesus. This pattern is slightly scraping up again, and normally they shift out to the upside from these patterns because it's higher, 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 and then more normally it's an exponential move, but it's New York Open, so doesn't necessarily have to be the case now, but they have the tendency to just shift out to the upside like with force if it doesn't go down pretty soon. Are you still hungry? What do you mean hungry? To make money. No, I'm hungry to teach people and to help people. And I'm still hungry to do good trades, you know, and to make more money. But it's a different kind of hunger. Oh, it's gonna go. Bitcoin's officially a joke and not a fun one. See, they're still grinding up. It's all they've been doing for a day now, grinding upwards. Little bitty dumps and then grinding up again. Little bit dumps, grinding up. Where did you short, bro? I think I've only called it out like 912 times. And then I posted it in the Discord, and then I posted it on X, and then I posted it on Inner Circle. So yeah, it was pretty hard to catch, to be honest. It was only broadcasted on 4 platforms. And of those 4 platforms, minimum of 2 callouts plus this morning stream. So yeah, there's only been 11 incidents where it has been mentioned. So I get it, guys. It's so let's make this fun. The next one that asks me about my position is getting an instant timeout. Oh, user, you just came at completely the wrong time. Thank you for playing. Any other dumb questions we want to have right now? Just feel free to let me know. New York just did a casual $200 up. No, don't ban them, but you can time them out. Why price go up? Because Bitcoin is retarded. How do you read EMA lines? These are not regular EMA lines, they're accelerated EMA lines. So it's for confluence and to see what the market is rejecting of and where the market is moving to and behaving towards and from. So it's an accelerated version with a little bit of algorithmic sauce. And then confluence is in them, of them crossing, and then the exponential, like the heavier weighted ones, those are the regions we want to trade towards. So that's basically what I'm looking at and looking for. As of now, you can see that slowly everything is turning bearish, even though the market is it's completely ignoring that fact, which is funny. It's nice to have a little bit of irrationality, you know? My Bitcoin mine in Iran is targeted today. I was mining from the oil well in my backyard. I don't know if that's cap or not. Okay, Himes, I got stopped yesterday on your short limit with sorry. Whoa. Show the trade, it's not on this account. It's on my phone. Whoa. I got stopped yesterday on your limit short. SL break even. Do you keep the other one higher? No, for now I cancelled every other limit order. I think you're in the inner circle, right? I sent a lot of messages this morning explaining as well why, and that I thought there's no glory to be made within this current market. 𝗨𝗦𝗗𝗡𝗧 not available in France, bro. 𝗨𝗦𝗗𝗧 is not even available at 𝗕𝗟𝗡𝗥𝗏. $10 a.m. What trade to open? Absolutely none. Yeah, long on oil maybe. We got news coming out in like 8 minutes. 7 minutes 30. Bitcoin for now is holding the bottom, grinding upwards. That's all the news there is. Holding the bottom, grinding upwards. Not giving in. Absolutely not giving in yet. Why? Because the 5-second candles are bitchy. Absolutely bitchy. What level was the dwell block again? Is it bullish signal to hit these dwell blocks? Dwell blocks give a reaction. So if they hold and market starts consolidating above, it's mostly a sign to enter long. If they start consolidating below, it's mostly a sign to enter short. 79.62 is a dwell block. 70.318 is a dwell block. 69.7 is a dwell block, and 68.7. And I have nothing between 70.9 and 72.5. And Bitcoin is reversing the 5-minute candle again in the last minute or two. Bro, I so dislike this behavior because you just know it's coming down, right? Spot is selling, CVD is showing the divergence. You can see the influx of orders is actually bearish, and it's just in insane denial mode, and that just grinds my gears so much that they're delaying it, and we know it's been coming. You know, guys that follow me for a longer time have, how many times have I called out Bitcoin for its crap and that we actually have been right? It just, you know, they're just waiting for the execution. But look at this 30-second candle by itself. It's hilarious. Look at how they reverse this 30-second candle, refusing to release liquidity even remotely to the downside, without having any valid reason whatsoever. Bitcoin hasn't even gone slightly below the price in New York yet. Oh, finally it's pressuring some liquidity. Should every time there's an exponential move, we still have minor issues with the platform, we need to check them out. Now I want pressure. Now I want conviction. Come on. Show me that you want it. And I don't mean up. Show me that you want more pressure down, which would make so much sense to go for it. Like, take on the low side liquidity. Just grab it. It's up for grabs, you know, it's there. It's just staring you right in the face, and you're just refusing to go there. And Jesus is gonna take the wheel. Bro, no one is an ATS at 50x. That's all I'm gonna say about that. Huh. They want to pressure lower, and the pressure is there, but it's just not happening yet. Now it is. But big liquidation. Now we're talking, you know? Now we're printing. Yeah, we do have some issues, my friend. Look, smack that on the line. Now we're gonna see a reaction or a rejection and a pump back up. Now this is a point what I can understand, you know? Smack that, perfect tap. Now we're gonna see what Bitcoin's made of. Missed this string completely, limit orders waiting, then cancel them. You know, the move is gone, you know, there's no point of chasing excessive moves that have already occurred. Here's some pressure. Good boy, Bitcoin. Good boy. I love it to be right, to be honest. Only 9 million liquidated, that's not much at all. Not yet from these ranges. Listen, I would be insanely surprised if they're gonna leave this region to 69.7k untapped. They're not gonna pull the same absolute God-forgiven stunt again. I'm gonna lose it. If they do that same stunt, I'm gonna lose it. So you have like 2 minutes, 10 seconds before news, and look, they're already pumping again. Perfect tap of the accelerated moving average. Perfect on the 5 minutes. It's absolutely uncanny. 𝗕𝗟𝗢 is grinding up, but if DXY prints a God candle down as soon as the news comes out in 1 minute 50, we're gonna see Bitcoin reverse with Mach 3 speed of light. And then Bitcoin is gonna get lags. Bitcoin might get mad lags in a minute 10. They want that liquidity lower. I know they want it, and they deserve it. Treat yourself, Bitcoin. Just treat it. You know, I know you. You know you're worth it. You know, just get it. Just have a little meal, a little dinner, a little spa, a little nail. Get your nails done at the, 69.7-ish region. Treat yourself, Queen. Come on. Come on, itty bitty, come and get it. Come and get it. I know you want it. Come on. Show me some pressure. Show me some downwards pressure. 20 seconds till the news. I'm having a gut feeling that they're gonna print an absolute God candle up. I don't know why. I just can't detach myself from having that feeling. And it might be, I might be wrong. How are the numbers? Actually greater than forecast, good for currency. That's bad for Bitcoin. Doesn't matter for Bitcoin, but actual greater is good for currency. What is 𝗕𝗟𝗢 doing? 𝗕𝗟𝗢 is grinding up. 𝗕𝗟𝗢 doesn't give a flying F. Okay. Logically, there would be no way that they're holding this bottom. Logically, but nothing has been logically that they have been doing for the last week, so there's that. Are they actually gonna bounce off of a 5-minute hold level? Is that the scammery they're gonna bring us? Absolute. That would be pathetic. As long as 𝗕𝗟𝗢 keeps going up, I would be bearish for Bitcoin. What are the stocks doing? S&P and Nasdaq should be trending down. Yeah, they are moving down, but they're holding at the bottom. Nasdaq should also be trending down, but it's probably the same thing, holding green at the bottom. But it's like a carbon copy, you know? It's all just carbon copying. Look at Biddy just rising above like no tomorrow. I refuse to believe that they're gonna hold this. And I'm stubborn. Now I believe you when you say you're married to Bitcoin. Bro, Bitcoin and I have been speaking so much. It's insane. I'm like the Bitcoin whisperer, to be honest. Can you explain what you're looking at on Forex Factory? Yeah, sure. So I look at the news coming out, and that's flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. And it says actual greater than forecast is good for currency. And currency is the contradictory to the traditional markets and to Bitcoin. So if it's good for currency, it's bad for Bitcoin. That's what I'm looking for. And then I'm looking at if the actual move also reflects what the data should reflect. And that would mean that DXY is going up and Dixie is actually grinding up indeed. But the traditional markets are still holding stronger than they, in my opinion, theoretically should. So there's that. But yeah, we're at another dwell block, so it might take a bit of time for it to give us the real move, you know. Bitcoin needs to show its feathers a little bit more. True colors. I wanted to dump below 70 from this hold level. That is the only thing that makes sense. Get the liquidity, eat it. Not equal lows, eat the liquidity. Like a fast move, it doesn't have to be anything crazy, it's just wicked. Not asking for something crazy here. Bro, you're not bumping back above this hold block without any reasoning. It's unfair. It shouldn't happen. So just go down and accept your fate, you know? I'm telling you. I'm not taking your bullshit any longer. Cut the crap you've been doing and go. Thanks. Bruh. New 5-minute always tricky. No liquidity taken yet. Oh, 18 million. That's decent-ish. Decent-ish. Again, there's no business of bumping back above it. Want to see a rejection and just go lower and look for lower liquidity. There we go. That's it. More pressure, please. Pressure now. Not equal bottoms, pressure. Flip this 5 second. Flip. Yo, Biddy, I thought we had an understanding here. That's pressure, thank you. Told you it would go. Told you it would go. Thanks for playing, everyone. So I had to bring down my entry of my position, but it's now at 220k realized on this account. I had to bring down my entry. What you thinking? Need to send this to myself. I'm sorry. So guys, I have to go and play paddle. Everyone, thanks for coming. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here with me. Sorry for the slightly shorter stream than everyone is used to from me. Press the like button, guys. Press the absolute like button. Hammer the shit out of it. And talk to you all soon. Thank you so much for being here. But please press the like button. Bro, I need to go. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I gave you guys the move. I said what I was expecting. I'm in shorts from 71.5. Stop loss is at break even and now I'm taking 25% of the table. I called what it was going to do, right? Where it was going to hunt the liquidity, what I was seeing, what I was doing. So you can't say I'm leaving you guys blind. That's unethical, it's unfair, and I don't condone it and I won't allow it. Because I have been very good to you guys. I've been calling this a scam for the whole freaking day and said that I wasn't buying it and that CVD was selling and that we needed to go down. So now I'm right. So thank you very much. See you guys soon. Bye.